And read verse 1 through 4.
All right. Oh, Elohim, do not remain silent. Do not be speechless. And do not be still, O El. For look, your enemies make an uproar.
They make an uproar. What's that? A noise, right?
Yep.
Okay, and what else happened?
And those hating you have lifted up their head.
Those hating you, who is he talking to? He's talking to Israel, right? Huh?
Yes.
He's talking to your ancestors. This is the Most High, letting the ancestors know that something is going to happen. What did it say happened?
They craftily plot against your people.
Craftily. What does craftily mean? They're clever with their schemes. And what else? I mean,
And conspire against your treasure.
Conspire, plotting against your what?
Treasure funds.
Conspiring against us. And what else?
They have said, come and let us wipe them out as a nation.
Let us wipe these folks out as a nation.
And let the name of Israel be remembered no more.
Let your name, Israel, be remembered no more. Now, what can you say about that?
That's us.
Do we not see that?
Yes.
Okay, OB Israel, your name won't be remembered no more. When you get old, we're going to name you Julius. And give you your owner's last name, Thomas. Boy, he must have a big plantation, them Thomases.
Yep.
Because I'm trying to tell you, over there in Goodwater and Lamb and all that places, a lot of Thomases. Y'all want to hear something real funny? It ain't funny, but it's interesting. Me and Brother Durr was sitting in this restaurant, and this guy was across the beam from us. He was over here. And I looked up at that guy. I said, that man looked like me. He was a young guy. Like maybe in his 30s, late 30s or early 40s. And you know what I did, don't you? I said, excuse me, sir. And you tell me from up north. I said, what's your name? He was hesitant. He only gave me his first name. All right, he gave me his first name. What y'all doing?
I told him to go help, bro.
Oh, okay. His first name. And I said, the reason I'm saying this because you look like you might be my son. And he started laughing. He said, you know our folks? I said, no. I said, I'm a Thomas, and you may be related to us. And then Dar said, I was going to tell you the same thing. That boy looked just like you. That's scary. He looked like, if y'all had seen him, y'all would have said, that's Potter's cousin. Or he's his son. So, we were scattered. All right, before we go any further, Shay, would you do the Sabbath blessing? And hallelujah.
Blessed are you, Yahuah, our El, Almighty One. We thank you, Father, for this your set-apart day. We thank you for those that are on their way. We thank you for those that are here, Father. We thank you for your word. We thank you for your son, Yahushua, the light of the world.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Father, for this food. Thank you for your Sabbath. All right, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Happy Sabbath, peaceful Sabbath, wonderful Sabbath. What a wonderful day to be in the presence of the Most High.
Hallelujah.
There's something supernatural about the Sabbath.
Hallelujah.
You go back to Genesis, and he tells you that on the seventh day, I don't care how you change calendars,
Right.
or how you change dates, the days are still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's right.
And on the seventh day, he set it apart from all days. On your calendar, it's showing you the seventh day is Saturday. It had me so confused as a little child because they kept telling me Sunday was the Sabbath day, and that was my Bible verse I said at the dinner table on Sunday. Another Sabbath day, if you older. You know, we said it fast because we were hungry. And so I was so confused. But then I said, well, the seventh day is on the calendar shows Saturday. Now you got to understand, none of these days in the Bible have a name. Right. 1, 2, first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day. The months, first month, second month, third. the Greeks and the Greeks and the Romans gave these names to these deities. Some of the names came from Vikings. Some of the names came from other people. And so, let me go ahead. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. I started talking, didn't think about what I was doing. Resume recording. Okay. All right. So what happens is that we have the 7th day. So it's something about the 7th day that puts your body in a rest. You can't tell it until you think about it. You really come into a place of peace, shalom. And your body begins to rebuild itself. Okay? Your spirit man comes into shalom and it begins to re-energize. Your mind comes into a place of shalom and it begins to refocus. Now, with that in mind, hold up. With that in mind, we understand now why the Sabbath was put there. It was put there for rest. It was put there for us to rest. Also as a memorial of our ancestors being slaves in Egypt and us being slaves in Egypt. Okay? Leviticus 19. Just 19. 19. Go to 19 and verse 16. And so, what happens is that the Romans, say Romans.
Roman.
Are you a Roman?
No.
Are you from Rome?
No.
Do you look like you're Roman?
No.
The Romans changed the date and forbade us, our ancestors, from operating on the Sabbath for fear of death or thrown into the lion's den, and told us to operate on the day of the venerable day of the sun. That's what they call it. So the Romans named that day what day?
Sunday.
Sunday. Why? Because it was to worship the sun. The Romans were sun god worshipers. So what we have now, we have people who are following, who really believe that they're following the Most High. And from their heart, I won't get mad at them at all. I won't even talk about it. But what's happening is that with Revelations 12 and 9, somebody turn to Revelations 12 and 9 and read that out loud.
And the great dragon was thrown out, the serpent of old, called the devil.
Called the what?
Huh?
Called the what?
The devil and Satan.
And who?
And Satan.
And what did he do?
Who leads all the world astray.
Led all the world astray. And what else?
He was thrown to earth, and his messengers were thrown out with him.
Remember, he was thrown to earth with a third of the angels. Now, King James probably say he deceived the whole world. Anybody got a cane?
Yeah, it says deceiveth.
It deceived the whole world. So, is it a possibility that everybody on the planet has been deceived?
Yep.
Does the Bible lie?
No.
Now, I know some people say it's some lies in there, but it don't lie. All right. So, if he deceived the whole world, and the whole world is following Rome, Rome, if you go back and do your history, you'll find out in the early temples, the Romans and the Greek, when they created Christianity, they would have upstairs worship of Christianity. And they might have a little baby and Mary up there. Go down in the basement into that private room and you'll see a figure of Mithra, which was actually the emperor, and that's where he worships. That's why it's up under there in a hidden room. Did you know that in early slavery and early days, that while they were having church upstairs, people were being held in prison down in the basement and beat down. Also on top of that, that they always, you study some of the history, showed that some of the Christian churches, before they had service, they would have a lynching in the churchyard in the morning time and have service afterwards. All this was done in the name of Christianity. Please don't think I'm trying to come down on people in Christianity. But you remember that movie where this preacher got all the invaders in the church? And the woman said, slick me, and then the woman on the other side of the church said, yeah, sucker slick me too.
Oh, yeah.
That's which way is up.
Which way is up?
Yeah.
We all have been deceived. And we meant well. Go ahead, Nate.
Well, it's really interesting. What we talked about earlier, you have to take it back to the root, right?
Yeah.
Well, that word in Hebrew, the seed, is actually planos, or however you would say it, right?
Uh-huh.
And if you look at the definition, because we know earlier in the scripture he says, I am the way, the truth, and
The truth and light, yeah.
Well, in that, literally in the definition of that word, it says to be out of the way.
To be out of the way. Now, what word is that?
The Hebrew word for the seed is planos.
Okay.
Plano.
So, he is the truth and the way. So now, we're going to deceive you. What is that deceive?
Literally
Get
to
you
take
out
you
of the
from
way.
the way.
All right.
They didn't teach me this over there. They just say, read the verse. Now, classes, you read one. Virginia, you read one. Mama, you read
Well,
one.
and the thing is, if we don't dig and study, when we hear the word deceive, we're like, oh, they tricked me.
Yeah.
Period.
It's bigger than that.
It's bigger than that. We're like, no, I literally snatched you
I
from
got
where
you
you're
out of the
supposed
way.
to be.
So, watch this. When we were taken out of our culture, which is a relationship with the Most High, it took us out of the way into Christianity.
That's right. Yep.
So after all us read our verse, what we say then? All right, tell me what that mean to you. What that mean to you? We got 11 meanings out there.
I just gotta make
And
sure I don't
then,
get
and then
tricked.
finally everybody say, see that? It's up to your personal interpretation. And in Peter it says there is no scripture that's subject to your own personal interpretation. It says what it says. Yes, ma'am.
So we've been removed out of the way. It would only make sense for us to miss the mark. We gotta look at sin.
Okay.
Because there's no way you can be
If I'm in the way, if I'm following the way,
the right lane to hit the target.
and I'm obeying his
You're
commandments,
in a whole nother room. for
I'm
the
hitting the
bullseye.
mark. I'm hitting the target. If I take out of the way and I'm reading what they told me to do, I am missing the mark
By long shot.
by a long shot. So watch this now. Please don't y'all throw apples at me.
Oh, we got chicken bone.
It's not intentional
Right.
that most of our family and friends who are in Christianity, they really are hungry for him.
Right.
But they've been taken out of the way. That's why they don't obey the commandments. That's why they don't do the Sabbath.
That's right.
That's why they eat pork. That's why they eat everything under the sun. Catfish Annie, pork chop Jimmy. They eat all that. We want to know why they're sick. We want to know why things are happening.
Yep.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
So now, what we want to do is today's lesson. What are you doing with your words? Are you bringing life with your words? Or are you bringing death with your words? We're going to study Lashon Hara. Would you say Lashon Hara?
Lashon Hara.
Somebody has to say, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
It means evil speech. Evil speech could be speech about somebody. It could be true. But what was your motive for telling that?
Right.
I'll give you an example. Y'all got friends, you got family members, you got people. They mad with somebody. You don't know nothing bad about that person. Or they don't like that person. Then that person's name may come out your mouth. And first thing they do, they start telling you all the bad things about that person. Because they don't like him.
Yeah.
That's Lashon Hara. Your motives are to give that person a bad reputation. It's not saying it ain't true, but your motive is to cause others to feel the same way about that person.
That's true.
feel about snitching?
That's right. I had a friend that I've known and mentored ever since he was 21 years old. I'm dropping nuggets on him all the time. I'm dropping nuggets on him. Little bit by little. He wakes up little bit by little bit. But he's loyal to his pastor. And he's loyal to the school. His children go to the school at the pastor's church. I'm not knocking that. But he's seeing truth now. And I noticed some of his posts are changing. Well, now I've dealt with this boy since he's 21 years old. He's in his 50s now. I knew another man that was going to go into business with him. And the man that was going to go into business with him made an tried to make an unreasonable agreement with him that even I wouldn't agree to. And it was actually, you could take that agreement that he tried to make with him, you can actually call it usury, unjust weights and measures. You're trying to get a lot for future days for just a little bit of money. He fell out because the guy refused to do it with him. First thing he did, he came to me telling me about it, and I just listened. Then he said, I ain't gonna have nothing to do with it no more. You gonna have something to do with it? Duh. I'm supposed to be a light to Gentiles.
Right.
I've been mentoring that boy since he was 21.
Yeah. And
because he didn't do what you wanted to do, you don't want me to talk to him no more.
Right. Right.
That's LaShawn Harrah.
It is.
And another situation where a business person did not like this woman. She's getting ready to start her motivational speaking. She came to me and Marsha and told us about it. And we wanted to encourage her and support her. This other business person didn't like her, fell out with her, came and told me and Marsha, oh, you don't want to do that. She out for herself. Just because you got a problem,
Right.
that don't mean I got to have a problem. So even when people do something wrong, don't expect me. Now, if they try to kill something sinful, you know what I'm saying, something wicked, something evil. We ain't talking about character flaws. We ain't talking about mistakes and stuff like that. We talking about if somebody, then I'm still not going to close the door to them, because maybe me as a minister of reconciliation, I can be a catalyst to bring that person to repentance back to Yah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
If they reject that, I wipe the dust off my feet and count it as a testimony.
That's it.
Is that Bible that I just said?
Yes, it is.
Go ahead, Bridget.
Yep.
So you get the whole administration, the congregation going this way, or that way, they always go apart. I'm not even going to go to that.
Yeah.
I've seen Bill, a couple, where the lady in charge of the rent had a falling out with the mayor's wife.
Okay.
Okay, the mayor comes to the other, speak to everybody.
Right.
It's like speaking well,
That's LaShawn. That's an example. That's an example. Now, the one I'm flirting with your husband, that's a different ballgame. We talking about monetary things. Because you mad and don't like them no more, that don't mean I'm supposed to not like them. It don't mean I get, me and Marsha laugh. She don't trust nobody till they prove themselves right. I trust everybody till they prove themselves wrong. So we make a good balance, okay? So we don't, prove me that you're wrong. Because I don't want to miss out on an assignment from the Most High. I may be assigned to you to help bring you into light and the way. So we're going to talk about, what are you bringing with your mouth? Life or death? So let me tell you what LaShawn Harrah, I gave you, I'm going to read my notes here. The Hebrew term LaShawn Harrah, evil tongue, is the halakhic. When you hear the term halakhic, it means a lifestyle that we need to walk out. So we should walk out lashon hara. It is a halakhic term for derogatory speech about another person. Lashon hara differs from defamation in that its focus is on the use of something true that happened for a wrongful purpose, rather than a falsehood and harm arising. So that's a whole different ballgame. Yes, sir.
When you take a test, ACT going to school, when they base it on the standard that they have set.
Yeah.
They are changing it as of today. So I'm going to tell our baby where you will be judged according to your lifestyle of living, what you have to go through to get to where you are.
Okay.
And they just, it's like taking a course that has no meaning for you.
Well, yeah. Marsha and I talked about this, that we both went to college. You come out with debt and not even working in the field that you went to college in. Not even doing what you're supposed to be doing. And then you're not making anything in correlation to what you paid out. 20 years later, you're still paying on it. And now you're in debt. Because you wasn't making enough to get it, so you got pulled in by the debt monster, because it's called conspicuous consumption.
Once you pay for it, then they turn around and say, well, you need to be certified.
Well, they change the game every time. First you need a diploma, now you need certification, and actually, that's why we want to set up our own school with certified, qualified people, so that we can teach the children and not indoctrinate them. And therefore, because when we had our evening program over here, Elder Sent taught based upon their learning curve and their learning ability. She don't mind me telling, Sister Eno, who had quit school years ago, couldn't read, she enrolled in the program. Within months, she had got to 6th grade level of reading, 2 or 3 months. She passed her GED, and now she's helping people in Gaston prepare for the GED. Why? Because if she was in a crowd, and the crowd has a standard, and she may not fit that standard or have what it takes. But if you bring us into individual learning, now there's a difference. So we can break Lashon into 3 major areas: Lashon hara, slander, strife, argumentative, going against, and lies. Depending on your Bible, other words are sometimes used like gossiping and nagging. Brother Brett, would you read Leviticus 19 and 16, please?
Do not go slandering among your people. Do not stand against the blood of your neighbor. I am Yahweh.
This is a power. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer. That's or a slanderer among thy people, and neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. Thy neighbor is your brother, your sister, your nephew, your cousin, the foreigner, the person that is in covenant with you, in relationship with you. I am Yah. In the scriptures, I think that's what he read. Verse 17 says, do not hate your brother in your heart. Reprove your neighbor, correct him for certain, but bear no sin against him. Just because you corrected him, don't be mad at him and hold stuff against him. Do not take vengeance or bear a grudge against the children of your people. That Sally old bad a child. He stole my watermelon last year. I can't stand it. I ain't letting him in the yard. You might need to let him in the yard and find out why he stole your watermelon. He might have been hungry. And you shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am Yahuah. Words are not simply sound, y'all, caused by air passing through your lungs. Words have real power.
Yeah.
We were sitting in the biofeedback office the other day, and the technician, guess what she said? She said, doctors speak curses on you and don't even know they're speaking curses on you.
What you say?
Say mama goes to the doctor, right? And mama feeling good. She just got a little ache. She go in and the doctor said, we're going to test you for cancer. It may be cancer. Now what happens to mama's mind?
Yeah.
I hope I ain't got no cancer.
Now you worry.
Now what does her body start doing? It starts reacting to those words and starts moving into a cancerous state because the words were spoken. You don't believe it? The world was framed on the words of God. We were created in His image and His likeness.
Yes. Yes.
My mama, years ago, my birth mama, I forgot one of our relatives had died. Y'all may not know nothing about a telephone chair, but you have a telephone chair sitting in the hall. And that's where everybody used the telephone, sitting at the telephone chair. It was plugged into the wall by the chair, that big old heavy phone that you could knock somebody out with. Mom was on the phone talking about the death of Aunt May or somebody. Me and Oren was wrestling in front of her. Watch this. She said, "Woo! Look at my bad boys." When we heard her say that, guess what we did? We started acting a fool, showing up there, biting our lips like we were back. Spoke it, and we accepted it and began to act shape.
One of my customers, he buried his wife. What happened was they didn't know. She didn't like to go to the doctor. She kept telling him, she wasn't feeling good or whatever. So she was, like to take herbs and stuff. So he said, against her wishes, he took her to the doctor. The doctor told him, not her, that she had cancer. She's still feeling okay, just little minor aches and pains, so she said every now and then. Next thing you know, he went on ahead and told her because he started getting scared and fearful, like,
And
hey.
she started going down.
She went down. She died within, 6 months?
Yeah.
She was gone. Like, he said, if I would have known,
Yeah, I
I
would.
would have told her.
Just leave him alone.
Yeah.
Let him live.
Yeah. He said she
Dad
worried
is mama.
herself to death.
My grandma was 95 years old.
She worried herself.
She had 92. Dad said 95. 92. She had cancer, and we didn't know it. We just knew she was having stomach operation. Grandma came home. We were sitting off in the house in there, where Tommy lives now. Grandma played the piano. She got to playing the piano. We were singing off in there. We were some singing folks. Grandma said, "I'm going to New York in 2 weeks to visit Clark, the oldest boy." Grandma always traveled in her 90s and 80s, late 80s, on the plane. Nothing stopped at one. She walked back and forth to town. She would call you and tell you to pick her up. If you wasn't there when she put the phone down, you got there 5 minutes later, 8 minutes. Grandma not there. You knew where she was. Drive down the road there. She is walking down the road. Uncle Clark talks to her on the phone because she coming up there, right? Uncle Clark says, "Mama, what about your cancer?"
No.
I'm going to get the bird. I'm giving you the whole story. I'm old. I saw more. You didn't see all of it. You don't know I was there. Bird. Uncle Clark, "Mama, what about cancer?" She asked Bird. Bird started crying, told her, yeah. She was gone in 2 months, I think.
She didn't know she had cancer.
No, she didn't know.
That's the same thing with that.
She didn't know. Bird told her.
He told her because he started getting scared.
Yeah. Y'all, let me tell you something. The C word is not nothing to be afraid of.
Amen.
Just live, eat right, laugh a lot, obey the commandments, and enjoy your life.
That's it.
Yes, sir, Bro Jack.
Your best friend, little brother, who wishes you well. If they have any doubt, they can want their secret.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
because this night after that man, the best thing is keep your mouth shut and don't tell them.
Let me tell you something. Issues of your health, you only deal with folks who are on the same level of faith that you are.
Yes, sir.
That's the only people. Because people don't mean no harm. But they're just programmed to say what comes out of their mouth.
And then get just as sick as they think you are.
Let me tell you something. I thank y'all. My birth mama didn't die of cancer. You know, I think she died of complications of Parkinson. But the funny thing is, mama thought she was going to catch cancer every day. For years, that's all. Look, watch me. I'm the oldest son now. Guess what my mind started going? The same way.
Yep.
I started looking for things. Until I said, wait a minute, and started eating the right way. I said, you know what? My soul is saved. I'm in good standing with the Most High, which y'all got probably he back. My standing is okay with him. I'm doing what he called me to do.
That's right.
I'm not afraid to go. Because I know where I'm at. The only reason people are afraid to go because they don't know if they saved or not. They don't know if they in good standing. Y'all know when we used to think we used to say, oh, I hope I go to heaven when I die. Y'all didn't say that. We used to say that. So words do more than convey. Hebrews 11:3. Hebrews 11. Words are not simple sound. Yahuah spoke the world into being by the power of his word. Let there be
Light.
and light that said, I'm coming. Light just showed up. As soon as it came out of his mouth, there it was. He gonna read Hebrews 11:3.
By belief, we understand that the age.
By what?
Belief.
Faith, belief, emunah.
We understand that the ages were prepared by the word of Elohim.
The ages were prepared. The ages, the worlds, the eons were prepared by who?
Elohim.
By Elohim. Elohim means great and mighty.
Right.
And so he is Yahuah, the self-existent one who's great and mighty.
So that what is seen was not made of what is visible.
Oh, say what?
So that what is seen was not made of what is visible.
He didn't go to Walmart and get 75 cents worth a day and try to make light. It was not seen. He spoke and it came from him.
Amen.
The power of our words can actually destroy one's spirit, even stir up hatred and violence. They not only exacerbate wounds, but inflict them directly. Have you assassinated somebody?
Yep.
Ain't no telling how many people we have hurt with our words.
Yep.
I be telling my brother, quit calling folks ugly. Because Yah says that they are fearfully and wonderfully made. And if he say that, guess what? They are fearfully and wonderfully made. They may not look like you want them to look, but guess what? Y'all looked down and said, oh yeah. Marsha got me on that when we first got married. We be right, because I had some of my mama ways still in me. And my mama talked about everybody. Did she, Daddy?
Yes, she did.
And my mama destroyed so many relationships with her mouth, her tongue. And so, I was the same way. Me and Marsha ride. And, I hadn't gained the weight then. I was still, working out. We ride. I said, woo, Marsha, look at that woman. Marsha looked at me, she said, that's not right. You shouldn't do that. Ooh, look, look, he ran to a car. Marsha said, that is not right. You know better. And she said, you shouldn't do that. And I started getting convicted. At first, by me being Mr. Big Brother Almighty preacher, I tried to justify it. And then I allowed y'all to deal with my heart. And I said, fearfully, that's respectfully and wonderfully, you can't match that. Made. And so as a result, he made me wonderful. I don't care how big, how ugly, or how I look, he made me wonderful. So I'm going to put my tone in words in agreement with him so that it becomes a habit and then I won't have slippers. Y'all have slippers, I have slippers. Let me show you one of your slippers. Help me, Jesus. That's one of our slippers. He ain't never said he was going to help us. And then the Messiah said, I'm going to send a comforter. And the comforter going to help you. The set apart spirit. So if you call on anybody, call on Yah. Because the Messiah said, whatever you ask the Father in my name, I go to the Father. You can't be trying to half step. Hallelujah. Shame.
I was just kind of thinking when you were talking about how your mom used to speak all kind of stuff over.
Boy, you just don't have a
And I remember being pregnant. And I was really mean spirited when I was pregnant. I don't know why. And I started talking about somebody, and Mom was like, "All right now, you talking about such and such, and that baby gonna come out looking just like." I'm like, woo, woo. Now, that right there is skating like into being right.
And it don't have to come out in that. It can come out in your children's
In
children.
your children's children. In your children's children. So, I mean, the fact that we're having this discussion about LaShawn, and I probably work in one of the messiest places on the planet. You know, and in class, there's just constant, like that training class, just constant back and forth and back and forth. Ooh, look at she get on my nerves. When going in, I prayed and I asked y'all to please help me not to absorb that. It's an energy. It's a negative. It's a nasty spirit. Is what it is. And the only thing that I can do to not get caught up in it is it's almost like constantly praying all day. I know the people probably think I'm crazy because I talk to myself while I'm sitting there. I'll sing songs that, you know what I mean, like positive or worship songs because I don't want to hear it. Then they come over and we working out, she's fine. You smell that girl? I'm like, help me, Father. They were telling the truth. But at the end of the day, that's not right.
If she smell, she smell.
And everybody in the class don't need to know that. They'll find out on their own.
Now, our daddy, I was going to ask him if he remembers something else, and it done left my mind. But you have to, being thankful in an attitude of gratitude.
Yes.
Because see, light dispels darkness.
Yes.
So when I walk in my light, thinking, why are you so happy? I'm just thankful to be here. I'm thankful to be alive. I'm thankful to breathe today.
Yes.
They'll eventually shy away from you or come to you saying, you religious, ain't you? I'm using the language.
Yeah.
You godly, ain't you?
Yeah.
Can you pray for me? We're to be light to Gentiles. Okay?
Yep.
A lot of times saints, and especially Hebrews now, walk around looking so mean. Y'all know how the holiness folks used to walk.
Yep.
And you know what? You scared to say something too. Because they gonna condemn you. So we walk around looking mean and walk around with a smile. A smile. So the power of our words can actually destroy one's spirit. I'm thankful for that. That's why I get ready. I'm thankful for that. Because had I listened to Mom, I wouldn't have ventured out and did nothing. Because she was scared of everything. That rain, watch out that raindrop. That raindrop has been known to do something, folks. You know, if your shadow be on the left side, I'm exaggerating, but that's how it was. I had an entrepreneur spirit that came down to Thomas Lane. I thank y'all for that. Because I would run something by my, no, child, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. I go to Daddy. Dad said, I believe you can do it. He said, why don't you try it? That's all I need to hear was my daddy say go for it. And I got to a place I wouldn't even tell Mom. She found out after the fact. No, she done quit your job for the government. What about your insurance? What about all this? They thought I quit for MLM. I went to work for a commission-only sales job, private industry. I went from bringing home 900 every 2 weeks to making 1,200, 800 to 1,200 every week. Do you think that I wasn't happy? Help me get out of debt. So of all the creatures on the planet, only man has the ability to communicate through the spoken word. The power to use words is a unique and powerful gift from Yahuah. Our words have the power to destroy and the power to build. Shay, read Proverbs 12 and 6. Nate, read Proverbs 18 and 21. (12 and 6 and 18 and 21). Whoever gets that first, go and read.
All right, Proverbs 12 and 6.
Uh-huh.
The words of the wrong are lie in wait for blood, but the mouth of the straight delivers it. The wrongs are overthrown and are no more, but the house of the righteous stands.
It said your words will do what?
The words
Will do what? I thought she said something about deliverance.
No, it says but the mouth of the straight delivers them. So
all right, your words.
of
The mouth of the straight. Straight means correct words.
Right.
The right thing to say. So if my mouth says the right thing, it should bring you deliverance.
Deliverance, right. Right.
It should bring you some freedom. Somebody told me, you give people false hope. I said, I only know faith.
That's it.
I only know what he says. I wish you could just sit there one day, 2 days or 3 days, and see how that phone rings for people around Talladega, around Birmingham, Atlanta, around the country, call and say, Elder, I didn't mean to bother you right now. I know this is a bad time. No, it's not a bad time. I don't say, when people say, did I catch you at a bad time? Guess what you're telling me? That one of these times you're going to catch me, it's going to be bad. Why don't you say, is this a good time to talk?
Right.
Your subconscious mind will always look for the good. The bad is going to manifest. So is this a good time to talk? Yes, it's a good time to talk. All right, I'll tell you what, let me call you back in 5 minutes. Okay? Y'all don't, as a moray elder out here in this thing, in this walk, you would be surprised at some of the things that will come across your prayer table. And like me and Pastor Liggins, this is what we say when somebody say they want a pastor. We say, so you want a pastor, huh?
Right. Right.
This is stuff that we deal with 24/7. All right? So when you say that full-time ministers don't deserve anything,
Lies.
you have inherited lies.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna give you the phone. I'm gonna have all my calls forwarded to you.
That's what I know.
Folks will be calling me back so fast. I got this person calling. They say they need help, and I think they looking for you.
They just feel like, I believe you got the wrong number.
At Proverbs 18:21.
Well, actually, can we start at 20?
Start at 20.
It says, a man's stomach is satisfied from the fruit of his mouth.
Wait a minute. Your stomach, your inward man is satisfied by the fruit of your lips. What are you saying about yourself? What are you saying around yourself?
Wow.
Are you one of the people that has a lightning bolt and thunder and clouds over your head, or is there sunshine over your head? Read it, Nate.
It says, he is satisfied with the increase of his lips.
He is satisfied with the increase of his lips.
Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those loving it eats its fruit.
Death and life are in the power of your words. And you'll live by whichever one come out your mouth. Will y'all repeat after me? Say, I speak life.
I speak life.
I will always speak life.
I will always speak life.
Somebody's saying something here. Please tell me how anyone in his or her right mind would say full-time minister should not be paid. Betty,
Amen.
you'd be surprised.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, don't. When I teach on the tithe, you'll understand. The Hebrews out there, Hebrew leaders out there, are so mad at the pastors who have misused the tithe,
Right.
and the tithe has not been done away with.
No, it
And
hasn't.
the tithe is not food. The tithe is a measurement.
Right.
10.
Yeah.
What do we tithe on? Whatever that kept them alive back then.
Yeah.
Food. They had offerings to. What keep us alive today? Food. How many of y'all got a garden that y'all can tithe off and bring you some food?
That's right.
I do. You like radishes?
Whatever you bring.
That's what I'm going to do for the rest of it. The greens. See, that's just
Oh, I got them
one.
coming.
I understand. So the thing is, we live in a industrial society where everything is caused or exchanged by currency,
Right.
money. So you still tithe to those who are full time to the house, because the preacher ain't the only one getting it.
That's right.
I just pointed at him.
Oh.
The widow shouldn't have to struggle.
Yeah.
Supposed to.
So if everybody did what they were supposed to do, not only would the priest of the household be able to live, but the widows, the single mamas who ain't got no job, would be able to help everybody. Y'all got to help.
That's still recorded.
It's recording now. Hold up. Are you going to call a name?
I'm gonna try not to.
Please tell me, okay. Betty said they don't. Don't they know they are being fed, which sustains them? His word keeps us alive. Let me tell y'all something. There's a scripture in the Great Hottest Shot said, obey them that teach you or have rule over
That's
you,
right. That's right.
so that your life can be pleasant. If I told you how many people that came against me, betrayed me, and dogged me out, and what they're going through now to trip you out, it is not good for them now. I don't care how much they smile in your face. I know the inside scoop. I know what's going on. I know how the house split up. I know how the children done jumped on your behind. I know how you sit there in the house with your family and not speak to them for 6 months. Don't say nothing to nobody in the house. Let me tell you something. Yah, then the Hebrews, take the scripture where it says, touch not my anointing, do my prophet no harm. They got to understand that's real. Y'all, I've been preaching for 30-some years. And for 30-some years, everywhere I've seen them dog or pass out, I ain't talking about these slicks. I'm talking about people that really sold out to help y'all's people. I've seen people dog them out, and I've seen them lose their lives. I've seen them lose all their money, their jobs. I've seen their children go crazy. Y'all, he ain't playing. Hebrews cannot fudge. Shade ain't trained. Katie.
Even more so us, you know, when you know, like Coach Jimmy said, when you know better, you do better.
Yeah.
But I mean, even there's a person that I know of. She's a young single mother. She's pregnant right now, and her uncle is a pastor. And this man got probably 4 or 5 cars and all this kind of stuff. Meanwhile, she is struggling.
She ain't got no way to get around.
She's struggling, but they stay paying this man.
They what?
They stay paying him, and she showed me. She showed me a picture of him. He had on Christian Louboutin, like red bottom shoes.
Yeah.
I said, he got on red bottom shoes. I'm like, oh, he's staying red bottom.
Well, let me add this. In where there's envy, jealousy, and strife, there's every evil word.
That's right.
There's covetousness, and see, here's the thing: take a preacher when he never had nothing, or not used to things, and all of a sudden now he's getting everything. He's got the car, he's got everything, he's got this, he's got that, and all of a sudden now, He don't know how that.
No, he don't.
Now, I got you, Nate. Let me tell you about a friend of mine who was a usher at one of the mega churches in L.A. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
He left the ministry because he said, by me being usher, I see the struggle in the old ladies and the single mothers trying just to get to church. And they asked us all, because we had a deficit this year, they asked us all to give $1,000 extra over our tithes and offering. And you have seen these little old ladies and those single mamas trying to figure out how they're going to get their $1,000 up. It hurt us so bad, he said, I can't take it no more. He said, they ain't got no way to church. He said, they trying to get their money together. So he left. Now he's walking in the truth. And so it just happened. Kayla didn't Nate. Chemtrail. Go ahead, Nate.
Oh, I was just saying, because, you know, in my job, you know, I have a guy that, you know, which you know, he grew up in Vegas, so he was actually telling me a story about a church that he had all his members bringing their money to him every month, their own money, and him distributing it back to them.
I know that, man.
Right. And when he was telling the story, I said, so you're telling me they were bringing, and if someone were like old retired people, they bring their whole like SSI check to him.
That's right.
And he would give you their own money back out to them. And I'm like.
And I'm going to tell you what scripture he probably used. He probably used it. They laid all their possessions at the apostles' feet. And he distributed all out of context.
He gonna bust your wife.
All right. He coming. He coming.
I know what they're
You know what he's talking about.
Wide open.
Hold on. And there's another. Our pastor told me about it. He said he get everything, and he paid the bills, and he paid a bills, and all. I got you both of y'all. And I said that's not scripture. Well, we can go back to when I was a teenager. You remember Sister Blackwell? I don't know if you probably remember. Y'all remember Sister Blackwell? Now watch this now. There was a reason. 15th Street in Anderson was full of hookers. Full of hookers. Sister Blackwell walked them streets, got them girls saved. And you know they had children, so they were getting ADC checks and food stamps. But what they were doing was giving the food stamps and the ADC check to the boyfriend and the parents. Sister Blackwell got their money. She paid their bills, made sure they ate, and they built a big old house up there. And all of them lived in that house up there.
Wow.
But they were no longer hookers out there. But the government came at her and put her in jail. Her and her husband for extortion.
Yeah. So, but they would rather see them on the street though. You know.
Brother
They
Jimmy.
felt like she was taking their money.
Yeah.
Right.
She was helping them.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
She was giving church and they didn't gas you, she gas.
That's what we saying. Because they were giving the money to the pimps.
But she kept them somewhere to stay.
They had a place to stay. They had food. They were off the street.
Right.
And the pimps wasn't getting their welfare checks.
Exactly.
Now, how do I know stuff like that exists? Let me tell you something. Back when I was out there, I wasn't pimping. But you have girlfriends, ladies that you date that was on ADC or food stamps. After they got their food stamp, they had enough to buy some pot. They would buy the pot and give me the pot and tell me to give them a little bit. It's something about that relationship thing when it's out of balance that woman, she's a giver. She'll give all she has
Yeah.
just to make the man smile. So if in the innocence of that, which was wrong, think about a pimp who's got pressure on her mind, taking everything she got. So are we using words to build up people or destroy them? Are your words filled with hate or love? Okay, I got you. Bitterness or blessing? Y'all, that's some folks ain't nothing good. You just
Right. No.
you. By the time they get around, you be like this.
Won't out.
Can't take no more. You're gonna have to inoculate yourself.
Yes.
If they say something bitter, you say something nice. If they said something crazy, you say something good.
Yeah. Wear them out.
Light outshines darkness. Shayla, Caleb.
It just seems like when you speak bad or like negative, that tends to have a quicker reaction. Sometimes, in some cases, than positive, because you can say every day, I'm a millionaire, I'm gonna be a millionaire, I'm wealthy, this and the third, or I'm gonna win the lottery, or you know, stuff people say. And you don't see that happen, but as soon as you say, oh, somebody's sick or somebody this, that bad thing happens quicker than the wealth.
Seeds have to take time to be watered and nurtured.
Yeah.
So if you say, I am a millionaire, thank you, Father. Why do you want to be a millionaire? Thank you, Father, for making me a millionaire to be a blessing to your people. And as a man thinketh in his heart, it first starts in the mind. Somewhere down the line, because you've proven yourself and tested, he going to release some money to you to see if you'll handle a little bit before he give you a lot.
You know, and it's the specifics.
No, the progenitors, and then Shay. I thought that was the
What about the television?
Yeah, yeah. And guard your ear gates and eye gates. That's right. You're going to have to, limit that, because if you don't, if that's coming in more than the word, guess what's going to, the cares of this world, that y'all remember the parable about the cares of the world, choke the word. Only when it fell on good ground. What is good ground? It's when I choose to obey and I choose to do what he tells me to do, I'm going to not. Look, in the daytime, 99% of the time, when I have total control of my office, ain't nothing on in there. Ain't nothing. I'm studying, I'm talking to people, I'm trying to create income, I'm doing these things. Later on that night, I might put something on, but guess what? In about an hour after I put it on, guess what happens?
You sleep.
I'm gone. And you can tell a difference in your life and the way you act. But if you spend your 9-10 hours a day right there in front of that thing, guess what? As a man thinking, so is it, brother Nate?
With that speaking life, and like Kayla said, you know, when you say, I'm going to be a millionaire, that's a broad statement. Like, because me and Shay, she felt me going through this phase, because last month was a rough month with, selling cars, and she's like, well, baby, the word says, the power is in the mouth, and just like it says in the word, write it down and make it plain. So he said, so when you pray, be specific. And it was amazing, because
Boom.
I did it. I got specific, so y'all
Boom.
line the customers up, and that morning I'm blowing up the balloons
Boom.
a lot. I get a call, Nate, you got a call on the phone. I didn't know. It wasn't nobody I had called, but they asked for me. And then when they come in, I actually ended up knowing them. They didn't know I worked there. And it was like, I hadn't really realized now to change up what I was saying. It still was, the end goal was the same, but y'all wanted to know if I had, look.
We are tested on every hand.
Right, it's like, y'all, this is what I would like you to move on my behalf.
Right.
Not, okay, yeah, I want to be financially stable. Okay, but what am I doing?
Yeah.
To
Like
get
what
there.
works.
All right, let me deal with a little quantum physics real quick. Quantum physics is the part of faith that the scientists don't understand, but they name it quantum physics because it's true.
Yeah.
They narrowed it down. We're all made of energy, right? If you don't believe, you can do they have these scopes that'll show your energy.
Yeah.
All right, everything has a frequency, right? Right now, we're all together experiencing and sharing the same energy field.
Right.
We're fitly joined together. We're assembled together on the Shabbat. The scriptures are coming out, and it's causing us to have a common bond. Okay? Nate, when I got a hold of this, I sat down and I said, in my meditation and prayers, what you just said, I say, Father, I thank you for putting me with the people who like me, bringing me the people that think like I think, bringing me the people that want to do business with me, and bringing me those people that we have something in common. Nay, the same thing you're talking about. The first week I started doing that, my phones rang off the people showed up at the house. I want what you got. I want this. I need to know this. Tell me more about this. Why? Because what I had done is activated my faith in quantum physics. I shared my energy with those of like energy. In our words, faith. My faith went out for y'all to bring me what I say. You have what you say. Okay? Are we using words to build up people or destroy them? Are they filled with hate or love, bitterness or blessing, complaining and compliments? Learn how to give compliments. Willie Lynch messed us up so bad. It's hard for us to give compliments to another person. I'm gonna use my birth mama again. She was a great example. I got you. There was so much jealousy and envy in her. Not because of, it's because in her mind she had failed to do what she wanted to do. So if you say something good about somebody else, boy, there goes something bad. Oh, if somebody come in, they looking good, they ain't gonna say nothing. Me and Daddy got involved in network marketing in 1980. When Daddy was Amway and all that with Mr. Law and them way before. And Uncle Barry had me in Amway in 78, 79. But 81, we was selling our gasoline addict. And we were into personal development. Most people don't realize they need to develop themselves personally. What are you putting in your mind? What are you putting in your spirit? As Jenny said, what are you feeding yourself? Dad and I, we started being so happy every day. We were hugging. Get what Mama said. Don't think I didn't love her. I love her. Here y'all come here and do all this hugging and stuff. Ain't nobody hugging like that. Y'all went out there with them folks just hugging folks. Everything ain't good. There's a dark cloud over your head because guess what? Dark clouds come out your mouth. You're sowing storm seeds. I want to sow seeds of sunshine and joy. Go ahead.
I just wanted to kind of touch on what Kayla said about the negative things seem like they take more quicker than the positive.
Uh-huh.
And so it kind of made me think about gardening. So, for instance, Nate has been planting seeds in our raised garden or whatever. There's no weeds in every club because there's no weeds surrounding, right? So, but in our yard, because of the rain, we got a million weeds in the yard, and we literally just got to cut. I mean, they took root like boom.
Fast. Yeah.
Start, shifting up. The thing is that you attract what you yield to.
That's right.
So if you are constantly dealing with saying things that are positive, and just like the word said, faith without works is dead. If you have faith for a thing and you're working towards that, then it's going to.
It's going to happen.
It's going
what
to
seeds
happen.
are you sowing?
But if you're yielding to the negative stuff, like if you
that's what you're going to receive.
You throw your hands up and be like, all right, then forget it ain't here when I want it
that's
to be
it.
here. I'm just.
Oh, I know, Marsha. Now, these storms that we have gone through over these last 2 or 3 years.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to tell you that I remember the day when we said we're going to reinvent ourselves.
Yeah.
We listened to a CD, and that CD lifted us up so high, and then as soon as we got lifted up, here come another storm. Knocked the hell out of us again.
Yeah.
And we had to go back and get built up again.
Yeah.
Here come another storm, knocked the hell out of us 2 times.
And it's the same thing with me and Nate. And so when I said, okay, Father, place me where you want me to be.
Yeah.
Please show me your divine favor. Wherever you want me to go is where I am.
Yeah.
Right? So I went there. I did what I had to do, and I'm being obedient. Everybody's like, well, why Honda? Why do you need to go to Honda? Because y'all opened up a door for me to get hired.
That's right.
It wasn't an easy process. And no, it's not my dream job. But faith without works is dead.
Yeah.
If I'm going to the Father and I'm saying, hey, y'all, I really, we need to get a handle on this financing this situation.
Yeah.
He set a perfect situation in front of me, but he's doing something. He's working in my life.
Let me tell you something. Every tough thing you go through is there because y'all let it happen.
That's right.
And it's there to see what's in you and see if you're going to fall asleep during Shabbat or it's going to build you up. I ain't about sleep, I'm just talking.
Oh, okay.
So, are you complaining or are you giving compliments? Are you lusting or are you loving? Is there victory in your words or defeat in your words? We'll never make it. We'll never make it. So like tools, your words can be used to help you reach your goals or send you spiraling into deep depression. I had a friend, my best friend. He went through depression. He went through bipolarism and schizophrenicism. Those words, he did. And so I had stopped drinking and stopped getting high. He was still drinking and getting high. We go somewhere, he ordered beer, I ordered some tea. And he be sitting there saying, I got the blues. I got the blues. And he went deeper into depression. Deeper into it. Why? I got the blues. So let your words bring forth life. They can be used to help you reach your goals or send you into a deep depression. Marsha and I, we decided to inoculate ourselves and not allow words to try to let it be like water on a duck back. Roll right on. And I don't care what nobody says. We don't agree with it. We don't go with it. This is what y'all said. We go with what y'all said. That's the only thing that brings you. Now, let's talk about doctors. We talked about doctors a while ago. The doctor tell you, oh, who was that the other day? Went to the doctor. Was it Larry or somebody? They told him, said, we need to get you some pre-diabetic pills. And he said, do I have diabetes? No, your charts are clear. But at your age, people start getting diabetes.
Because we give you your free diabetes.
Yeah,
pills.
so we're gonna go ahead of time and get you diabetes out.
Yeah, you get you ready for diabetes.
Yeah. He spoke a curse. All you had to do is like a seed and the egg. The seed travels up the canal, goes to the egg. When it gets to the egg, life comes. So the seed of the word is spoken, and you can be a fertile egg.
That's right.
Or you can say, that's not a good seed there.
That's right.
That's not a good seed. So don't take everything they tell you. Oh, guess what the doctor Marsha went to the biofeedback, QXI, because she was having some pains. She don't do well with pain like I don't do well without a wife. And so she was hurt. And so she was biofeedback. The top score you can have in the biofeedback is a 10. She was a 9. No serious diseases, no organ failures. The only thing it showed was inflammation from stress. Stress will kill you. It ain't gonna kill us. So she said, I'm gonna go to a doctor to see what they say. She said, I'm not taking no drugs, but I'm going. Went to the doctor. Guess what the doctor said? You healthy as a horse. The only thing I see is inflammation. And that's coming from stress. And that's muscle spasms.
Yep.
And she said, Martha said, asked her, how much nutrition training had you had? She said, a couple of hours during my medical study.
Yep.
We didn't get much training.
That's it.
Guess what she picked to start doing? Taking herbs and doing natural things. So Marsha was able to water the seed that she had gotten.
Right.
And plant, because she did weight loss the abnormal way. Cut some of your organs out. And that's how she lost her weight. She told Marsha that ain't gonna happen no more.
Since we're quickly on health, I gotta say something real quick.
Say it.
And but it confirms something we've said in here and we know, and I wish other people were here so that they could hear. I had to go to the VA, and when I went to the VA 6 months ago, my doctor, he literally asked me 12 times a piece. First, to take the flu shot. No, I don't want to take the flu shot. Are you sure you want to take the flu shot? No, but you
really
don't
need
need
to take the flu shot.
I said, I don't care. I haven't had a cold in 18 years. That is hard to believe. But you need to take the flu shot. No. Okay, so we finished. He said, well, right here on your record it says that you are due for a pneumococcal shot.
Nope.
I said, I don't want a pneumonia shot. But you need that
Take
shot.
them shots.
No.
No, I don't want the shot. We went back for so. When I went back in, had this nurse, she was melanated.
Dark skin.
And she said, honey, I said, listen. She said, he almost ready in the room. I said, you better not ask me to take a shot. She started laughing. She said, I'm not supposed to push the door up a little bit. I'm not supposed to say this. I'm taking them shots either. He get a kickback.
They get a kickback and they take a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know we know that, but when it comes from the
When
source.
you hear it, yeah.
It comes from the source.
When you got CVS, Big Pharma, Walgreens, giving away free shots.
3 shots.
You already know.
The folks gonna take it.
You already know.
And the doctor get a kickback.
And they get kickback. And there's a lot of doctors that when the pharmaceutical reps would come around, they were giving them trips.
Yeah. That's
because
right.
they were writing a certain amount of scripts for certain medication. Literally trips. I don't mean just to like Biloxi. I'm talking about Perks and Pecos.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
check this out. Now, y'all know, ladies out here, do not take a mammogram.
Oh no, I ain't doing that.
Why are you gonna take a mammogram, mash your yinny up real hard in that clamp, shoot you full of radiation, they hiding behind the shield.
Yep.
And then if you don't say you did take a mammogram or did take any type of x-ray, you're supposed to ask for a thyroid cover. And the nurses are not going to remember that. They're just going to throw that little old thing on you, and your thyroid is open to radiation. My first wife, I remember her words clearly. She said, my breast, and she knew better, but that's why she repented and said, I should have listened to you. She said, my breast has not been right since that last mammogram I had.
Yep.
And that's where the cancer started, the tumor started in her brain. You see? So, words. The woman asked Marsha, it's time for a mammogram. Marsha, I don't take those.
Uh-huh.
She said, oh, I understand. It's time for this. I understand. Marsha, I don't do that. I understand. She knew who she was dealing with.
Yeah.
And so now there's a relationship. We gonna plug her in.
I know that's right.
Read Matthew. Wait. Our words not only have the power to bring us death or life in this world, but in the next as well.
Yeah.
Why you say that? Because Yahushua said, but I tell you that men will have to give an account on the day of judgment.
Yeah.
That's not now, is it? That's in the future. For every careless word they have spoken. For by your words you will be acquitted, and by your words you will be condemned. Brother Brett, would you read that?
And I say to you that for every idle word men speak, they shall give an account of it in the day of judgment. For by your words you shall be declared righteous, and by your words you shall be declared unrighteous. Ooh, I gotta stop cracking jokes. I gotta stop cracking jokes. Want me to keep going?
Read it.
All right. Then some of the scribes and Pharisees answered, saying, Teacher, we wish to see a sign from you. But he answering said to them, A wicked and adulterous generation seeks after a sign, and no sign shall be given to it except the sign of the prophet Jonah.
Stop right there. How many, when you was in Christianity, how many folks was following signs?
Uh-huh.
Everybody.
Yep.
Prophet so-and-so gonna be here. That place be packed. And he's sitting there saying, we got a good road tonight. I want to make sure I do a $50 and a $25. The guy that came through here that tried to use my identity, he just died recently. I asked him how I asked him how did he die. They couldn't tell me how he died. But this guy he was HIV positive. He had infected some people. He was one of the little guys I was mentoring. He slicked the boy. The boy had a call on his life. He told the boy, just lay next to me like the prophet did, and you'll get my anointing. And next thing you know, there it is. He had the boy to hit him. The boy hit him. The boy came to me crying. He was sad. You want me to pastor? That was 11 o'clock at night.
Wow.
And he says, Pastor, please help me. I said, we're going to pray, we're going to repent, we're going to get forgiven. You're going to separate yourself from a false prophet. A wolf in sheep clothing. Yeah.
Okay. Bro, why you say you had to stop though?
Because I crack jokes all the
They're
time.
out of words.
Can I, wait a minute, hold on.
Wait a minute. Doctors get paid. That's what we just got through saying. Betty was saying doctors get paid for every vaccine shot, so they probably get paid for every flu. They do. I was told they do not vaccinate.
No, they don't.
They don't vaccinate their children,
No,
y'all.
they don't. They
But they got your children up in there shooting them up. Go ahead, Shay.
Okay, so I just want to make sure that I have a correct understanding of idle
Uh-huh.
words as opposed. So a joke is an idle word or idle
That's
word?
his personal conviction.
No, that's what
No, I'm talking to you
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
That's his personal conviction, because sometimes I'm convicted about, did that joke add light to them, or did it make them feel bad?
Because I can get down, I mean,
I know.
I have just, woo,
I-
you know, to the point where a person cries. So
Yeah.
it's not,
It didn't bring light.
it's funny to everybody else, but
Right.
it brought pain and sorrow to that person's
Okay.
life.
Which he
So
was
let's
an
take it.
That's
assassin.
what I wanted
Yeah,
to
assassin.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to understand that
Yeah.
because okay.
He was an assassin. Daddy, Daddy, your hand up? Oh, no, he just, look, I'll be riding around, and I'll say something ain't nobody calling me. And I'll get convicted. I say, I shouldn't have said that. Father, forgive me for saying that.
Right.
Me and Marsha have to repent of words we say toward each other.
And I ask that because I know I'll be joking about stuff, but I want to make sure that that's, you know what I mean? Like, and sometimes I'll say stuff and I don't mean to be malicious when I say it either, but now that's going to make me more conscious of what I say,
Yeah,
joking or otherwise.
yeah. The Apostle Shaul, words are important. And we're going to have to give an account of every word we say when we stand before Yahuwah.
That's right.
So that's why the other day I was praying and I said, Father, something came up in my spirit, in my memory. I said, Father, please forgive me. I said, I did and said a lot of things that hurt people. I shouldn't have done it. Please forgive me. The Apostle Shaul wrote, do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouth, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it might benefit those who listen. Read Ephesians, this class, Ephesians 4 and 29. Ephesians 4 and 29. 29.
Let him who stole steal no more, but rather let him labor, working with his hands what is good, so that he has somewhat to share with those in need.
Y'all make sure we make sure we have our offering before we leave. It's up there. Okay.
So go on, I like to.
Okay. And do what now?
It says, let him who stole
Steal no more.
steal no more, but rather let him labor, working with his hands what is good, so that he has somewhat to share with those in need.
Has somewhat to share with those in need. So he tells us in this passage, Shaul emphasized the power of positiveness over negative. The Greek word translated unwholesome means rotten or foul. Don't let any rotten or foul word, so if it's unwholesome, did a rotten or foul word come out of your mouth? It originally referred to rotten fruit and vegetables. Being like Yahushua means we don't use foul, dirty language. For some people, for some reason, many people today, here we go, think it is macho or liberating to use vulgar humor, dirty jokes, and foul language. But this kind of talk has no place in the life of a Hebrew. Shaul continues, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. This is reminiscent of his words into the Colossians. Let your conversation be always full of grace, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer everybody. Nate, turn to Colossians 4:6. Shay, Colossians 3:16. And Brett, Ephesians 4:25.
Colossians 4:6.
4:6.
Let your word always be with favor, seasoned with salt, so that you know how you ought to answer each one.
Shay.
So I'm reading 4:6 then. Okay.
I just read 4:6.
For Colossians 3:16.
Okay, 3:16. Let the word of Messiah dwell in you richly, teaching and admonishing one another in all wisdom, singing with pleasure in your hearts to be the master in songs of praise and spiritual songs.
Look at that. He's telling us, let honey come out your mouth. Let life come out your mouth. I like Josephine. Josephine, when she speaks, she's always encouraging. She's always exhorting you. I like that. There's yes, Sister Joe.
About what you said, it reminds me of my mother. I mean, may she rest in peace. I always say that I never hear her say anything negative.
Yeah.
And I was telling somebody, I even say bad things sometimes, but I don't know, before I was born, how my mother was, but living with my mother for 11 years, I never heard her say, I mean, use any negative.
Yeah.
So she has been, she was a very good influence for me.
What a beautiful example.
And I went to live with my uncle, the wife, the kind of word that comes out of her mouth, I said to myself, I don't want to be like this lady.
So you had both words.
I mean, granted and received.
Your mother had kind, sweet words, and your auntie had some words that were a little bitter. All right. There's a remarkable pattern, a parallel between Ephesians 4:25 and Ephesians 4:28. Brett, read that.
Therefore, having put off the false, speak true, each one with his neighbor, for we are members of one another.
That's strong. We are members of one another. So there's a certain way we ought to talk. Go ahead.
Be wroth, but do not sin.
You can be angry, but don't sin.
But do not let the sun go down on your rage, nor give place to the devil.
Don't let the sun go down and you still mad. Playing boot don't touch with your wife. Y'all know how you one upside the bed, okay. In each case, Paul is urging us to be a blessing to those with whom we have daily contact. Shaul is emphasizing that merely refraining from telling lies, stealing, or unwholesome speech is not enough. The truth is that our Hebrew culture is not a mere don't do this, don't do that religion. As followers of the Messiah, we should imitate the example of Yahushua, whose words were so filled with grace and love that the multitudes were amazed. Somebody read Luke 4:22. We almost finished. Luke 4:22.
Luke 4. And all were bearing witness to him and marveled at the pleasant words that came out of his mouth.
They marvel at the words that came out of the Messiah's mouth. Do people marvel at your words, or they say, I can't wait till he get out of here, can't wait till she get out of here? Yahushua reminds us that the words we speak are actually the overflow of our heart. Matthew 12:34 and 35. The words we speak are actually the overflow of our hearts.
Matthew 12:34 and 35.
Go ahead, read.
The good man brings forth what is good from the good treasures of his heart.
Oh, wait a minute. A good man brings good treasures out of his heart.
And the wicked man brings forth what is wicked from the wicked treasure.
Wow. So you can tell the condition of a person's heart by what comes out of their mouth.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so we're going to go down here. When one obeys the Torah, there's an expectancy that a change of speech follows because living for Moshiach, the Messiah, makes a difference in one's choice of words. The sinner's mouth is full of cursing and bitterness. But when we turn our lives over to the Messiah, we gladly confess that Yahuwah is master. As condemned sinners, our mouths are silenced before the throne of Yah. Read Romans 3 and 19, see what it says.
It says, and we know that, you said 3 and 19?
3 and 19.
And we know that whatever the Torah says, it says to those who are in the Torah, so that every mouth might be stopped, and all the world come under judgment before Elohim. Woo. But wait a minute, I was looking at that Romans 3 and 14.
Okay.
I'm
Romans
gonna
3
read
and
13 first.
Romans 3, 13 and 14.
Their throat is an open tomb. With their tongues they have deceived. The poison of adders is under their lips. Whose mouth is filled with cursing and bitterness. Their feet are swift to shed blood. Ruin and wretchedness are in their ways. And the way of peace they have not known.
Now watch this. Feet are quick to shed blood. And when it comes to dealing with your words, you know there are some people that you know they can't wait to get to gossip about somebody. They can't wait to start talking about somebody. They can't wait. They are running fast to commit assassination. An assassination. Now, Yahuah is master. As condemned sinners, our mouths are silenced before the throne of Yahuah. But as believers, our mouths are open to praise and esteem Yahuah. Believers are those whose hearts have been changed by the power of Yahuah. A change reflected in our words. Remember, before we were saved, we lived in a spiritual death. Shaul describes those who are dead in sin. He says, which Shay just got through saying, their throats are open graves. Our words are full of blessing when the heart is full of blessing. So if we fill our hearts with the love of the Messiah, only truth and purity can come out of your mouth. Peter tells us, in our hearts, in your heart, set apart Yahuah as a king. Set him apart in your heart as king. Always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have. Always be ready to tell people about your salvation, about your walk. Let the power of our words be used of Yahuah to manifest the power of our faith. Be prepared to give the reason for why we love Yahuah at any time. Say anytime.
Anytime.
To anyone. Our words should demonstrate the power of Yah's love and grace and the indwelling of the set-apart spirit in our lives. May Yahuah enable us to use our words as an instrument of his love and his saving grace.
Because we're always speaking and lifting y'all up in our speech. We don't have time to be doing all that reckless stuff that we're saying a bunch of, like I said, idle words.
That's right.
That kind of stuff.
That's right. All right. That ends the message for today. Did it speak to your spirit?
Yes.
Those of you who are online, we got New Jersey, we got Atlanta, we got Jonesboro area. Would you like to comment or say something?